doing? Happy Sabbath, y'all. I didn't go to church today, as y'all can see. And from my lack of my videos, I normally take videos when I'm getting ready for church. I didn't go anywhere today. So, I stayed home. This is ginger ale, by the way. I stayed home, and now I'm going to go to my sister's house, spend some time with them. Then I'm going to go volunteer. And then I'll come back home, and then I'll go back to volunteer again tomorrow. But yeah, I just needed a day off. I had a long, tiring, emotionally tiring week as well. What are y'all doing on your Saturday? If you're up north, it finally stopped raining for the first time in maybe about 5, 6 days. And I should be doing stuff on my house, but it's Sabbath, so I'm not. My grass is tall again. Um, I want to move the rose bush from the front of my house. Excuse me, from the front of my house to and put it like in a pot and put it either in the back of my house or on the side and then plant something else in the front. At first, I was saying I was going to do the dinner dish hibiscus, but somebody told me that they bloom way later in the year, in the summer to spring. And I have a plant that I got. It's like a little tree that I got for free. It's a tropical hibiscus, and it makes such a mess. I just got it, and it makes such a mess with the wind and the rain. So I'm imagining that if I do more plants like that in the front of the house, it's gonna be even messier. And I don't like the mess of it. Like my neighbors beside me, they have these bushes that are some type of flowers. They're pretty, they're pink and purple, but the wind has taken the flowers everywhere. I don't like that. I don't know what I'm gonna take the rose bush out and do in the front of my house, but I do care about curb appeal. I do want it to look nice. So give me some ideas. What do you guys have in front of your home that isn't high maintenance because y'all see I don't have time, but yet makes the place look nice, makes the place look pretty, beginner friendly because I'm not a gardener. Don't know much about landscaping and all that. And again, I need something that plants it, water it once in a while, and yet it makes the front of the house look pretty. And just to give some ideas, my house is blue. My house is blue and my door is red. So even with that, I don't know if I need to coordinate, the flowers that I put. Like, should I only put red flowers at the front of the house, or does it matter? Should I do like red and yellow? Would it look too busy if I had purple, pink, and all these other colors? Oh, hola. Hi, Becky. Hi, Juice World fan. Becky, do you speak Spanish? If so, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm driving, so I might take forever to, respond to your message. Oh, I got the heat on too. I'm like, why am I so hot? I accidentally had the heat on from yesterday. But yeah, y'all. How's your Saturday going, Becky? What are you doing? Are you taking it easy? Are you working? Enjoying with family? What you up to? Y'all, like I said, I normally go to church on Saturdays. But I had a long week. I had an exhausting week. I have surgery coming up next month. I went to my appointment yesterday, and it just kind of killed my vibe a little bit. I'm not going to lie. So I said, let me stay home today and just, regroup myself. I'm trying to prepare myself mentally, actually, physically for surgery because I'm going to be out of work maybe like a month and a half. I don't even know if I have all of this sick time or PTO for it. So I have to plan. And so that in itself is just, so I said, let me stay home today. I don't know if y'all are like me. When I have a lot that I have to think about and do, I take a minute to myself, I gather myself, and then, I'll be back in church next week. But I'm thankful to see some sunlight. Like I said, we've had rain back to back every day about the past week or two. And again, I mean, I know the flowers, the grass, and all that needs it, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I thrive off of sunlight. So what I'm gonna do is like I said, I go to my sister's house. My sister has 5 kids, so I play with them. They jump all over me, all around, have a blast, and then well, we're not gonna do that now because it's Sabbath. But after we close Sabbath, then I do that. Go to the warehouse because what it is if you I don't know if you guys recall, if you follow my channel, you see that I posted this man before. He's the head of God Provides Ministries. It's like a big organization out here in Waterbury where he does a lot of stuff to help the community. Whenever they have a big fire in Waterbury and everybody like let's say that everybody on the building loses everything, once they get a new place or assistance to get a new apartment, he furnishes their whole place, like furniture, curtains, dishes. He gets a lot of food too from Costco and BJ's instead, the food that they would normally maybe toss away because it's still good, but they can't sell it. They'll have him come pick up bread, all this stuff. So he hands it all out. So once or twice a year, he gets Amazon boxes and he does a big giveaway for the people from, it doesn't have to be, they don't check to make sure you live in Waterbury, but I want to say last year we served about 4,000 people. And mind you, I normally work registration because he tries to make sure that the people that do registration speak Spanish and English. So of course, y'all know I speak Spanish. It's important because that area is highly Spanish speaking area. So everybody that does registration does that. I used to work the boxes before. Let me tell y'all something. Like that, and to be honest, surprisingly, I grew up in Waterbury. So when I'm saying this, it isn't me throwing shade. I'm surprised that there's never been a fight that breaks out at these events. The people, they might say a little something about being pushed or something like that. Maybe somebody goes to go grab the same thing at the same time, but there's never been a fight. Of course, there's always police present because it's such a large amount of people at once and because of the area. But they do pretty good. In any case, I used to work with the boxes. It would get a little rowdy. Lately, these past couple of years, the guy, Joseph has asked me to do registration, and I'm like, all right, let me just do that. So the event starts at 12 p.m. It's from 12 to 4. But when I tell you that the people will show up from 5 o'clock in the morning and sit like to make sure they hold their first part, the front of the line from 5 in the morning. I know because I show up at 5 in the morning as well. So a lot of the volunteers show up at 5 because you have all of these trailers coming in with all of the boxes of the stuff that we're going to give away. We give away food, we give away clothes, and we give away the Amazon boxes. And he brings furniture and stuff that he has too, basically to clear out his warehouse. So I get there from 5. I normally bring my niece and nephew with me. If y'all follow my channel, there was a video where my nephew his pants. It was the funniest thing. But so we get there early, and you'll see the people show up from early to sit out there from 5 a.m. to 12 when the event starts. Then, as the day progresses, you start seeing the line go on the block of people waiting. It's pretty nice. It's an awesome thing to do. We do it one time in the summertime, and then normally another time in November. The other time, we also did a sneaker giveaway before school started, so that was nice. Every child or every person was allowed one pair of shoes. And that's awesome. Again, I love stuff. I love community service. I love volunteering. I love giving back. And so even for my location that I picked for my business, wanted to make sure that it had the parking lot in the back, as I said previously, because I want to do that type of stuff in my area as well. I want to do back to school things. I want to do Christmas things. Different things for the holidays and stuff. Because unfortunately, people feel that when you are here in the United States, this is the land of milk and honey, especially when you come from another country that seems like they're going through more hardship than here. But, I've been around so many different states. I've lived all over, and I lived in some of the roughest cities in the different states. And I come to realize that, okay, there's a lot of people that are living a hard life similar to the hard life that people are living in other countries as well. And again, I'm from another country and I've been to other countries. So when I'm saying it might be some differences, maybe government wise, we used to have, I don't know if we still have all the assistances that, are provided before. But, you know, I'm just saying that to say that there's a lot of people that if we didn't do a lot of these back to school things, there's some kids that go back to school, unfortunately, with the same clothes from the year before. There's kids that go back to school that don't have the school supplies they need. And sometimes it's not even about financially. Sometimes they have parents that are addicted to different substances. And of course, that affects your ability to be present the way how you should be. I was talking to someone the other day about the 80s, the crack